Presentation of two young welterweights, 23-year-old Kevin Fieldhouse in the blue trunks, 22-year-old Tony Corrado in the white. Round number 4, it is scheduled for 6 rounds.
A real spirited, evenly contested fight up to this point. Corrado, I think, standing there and taking a little bit too much. Round 3 was his for the taking in the first half of the round, and then he just went on a minute-and-a-half vacation and let Fieldhouse come back and win the round.
Corrado with the wisdom of former heavyweight champ Floyd Patterson in his corner and the inspiration of his fiancée, Julie McGee, who is also stationed in his corner. And right now he's trying to blemish the perfect mark of Kevin Fieldhouse, who has won his first 3 fights as a pro. Fieldhouse in the blue and Corrado in the white. Many of these fighters you see, of course, boxing is not their sole job. As far as Corrado is concerned, he works construction, which could only help firm the body, and the exchange there in the middle. Fieldhouse scoring initially, and then Corrado sending Fieldhouse back to the ropes as Fieldhouse got in and then got out. And Corrado staying right with him. Midway through round 4.
When he was in high school, Fieldhouse was a wrestling champion in New Jersey, and he always felt that the biggest thing he had going for him, whether it was wrestling or boxing or any sport, was his tremendous physical conditioning. And so far tonight, you're seeing that. Not tired at all.
A wrestling champ himself, and now in Wayne, New Jersey, there's a lot of coaching with the kids in the town. But now the boxing gloves are on, and he is looking for his 4th straight win as a pro. 4th round, it's scheduled for 6. There has been a good amount of give and take on the part of both fighters. 30 seconds to go in the 4th.
Real good right hand by Fieldhouse on the chin of Corrado, and Corrado, for one moment, his knees buckle for him. Fieldhouse just has to keep throwing. I think he has his fight won. He can't get careless, although we still have plenty of time to go.
And it will be a new venture for Fieldhouse, as long as he has gone as 4. Final seconds. Round number 5, welterweights, Tony Corrado in the white trunks with a record of 6-5. Kevin Fieldhouse in the blue trunks with a record of 3-0. And instructions in the corner, both corners basically go to the belly. And Fieldhouse's corner is telling us to watch for the uppercut and then the hook. Go up and then around. They felt Fieldhouse had the opportunity to score and score heavily in that 4th round, but passed it up. Not staying with, not finishing off against Corrado. Neither fighter has been down. We are now in the 5th round, scheduled for 6.
Well, Corrado, what he's got to do if he wants to get back into this fight, forget the body shots at this point. He's just got to throw anywhere. Just got to do something. He's been a little bit too defensive.
And that has been the story of the young career of Tony Corrado, something that his trainer, former heavyweight champ Floyd Patterson, is trying to work with. Corrado initially in his pro career, a basic defensive fighter, going in the ring, trying not to lose instead of trying to win. And Floyd Patterson trying to open up the defense a little bit, not too much, but at least supply some offense.
There you see it. That was a perfect example. The two of those guys are right in front of each other. Fieldhouse with 2 jabs as they were looking at each other. It was Fieldhouse doing the punching, Corrado doing the looking.
Midway through round number 5.
Corrado is waiting and waiting. He's still waiting. Got to move those hands. Finally, he let a jab go. But, again, he stood right there and took a combination right on the push.
Well, I would say there's also a difference of a guy who waits and waits, who says he's a defensive fighter, as opposed to the one who's a good counterpuncher. and waits for his opponent to make the move.
Counterpunchers can be the best fighters in boxing because those guys can be defensive while at the same time they just wait for you, like you said, and boy, do they drop it on you. They wait for you to make a mistake. When you make the mistake, you pay for it.
So Corrado is the counterpuncher without the counter punch.
There are sometimes he shows to be a good counterpuncher, but most of the times he's just waiting. Look at that. Fieldhouse is just chucking and chucking, and if Corrado indeed was a real good counterpuncher, he'd be nailing him right like that with the right hand right over the top.
30 seconds left in this 5th round.
Oh, did Corrado take a jab? I don't think Fieldhouse could have hit a heavy bag any harder than that. Just target practice. And again with the overhand right over the top.
10 seconds left in this 5th round. They'll go to a final 6. Former heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson in the corner of Tony Corrado. Patterson now the trainer of several fighters, including Corrado. And he is sending his fighter into the 6th and final round. Let's listen in.
Take deep breaths. Okay. Okay. Look, let me explain something, all right? You won that round. You know why you won it? Because you didn't wait for him. You got off first. As long as you get off first, you win the round. You see what I mean? He's not coming behind you, but you are getting off first every day. Just keep getting off, and mainly this round. This is the last round. Get off first. Don't wait for him. Right. Okay? Yeah. And a lot of years behind getting off. If you win this round, I think you win the fight.
Floyd Patterson using a little psychology. I don't know, Randy, if you see it the same way, but getting his fighter, Tony Corrado, motivated for this 6th round against Kevin Fieldhouse. 6th and final round of the 2 welterweights.
Psychology is well put. I called it a white lie. Nothing wrong with a little white lie. Tell your guy, hey, you did well that time. It's the first time you did do well.
So Patterson urging his fighter to get off first, initiate some of the action. Corrado now, the chance to slip to the 500 mark at 6-6, while Fieldhouse looking to hold firm at the undefeated mark. He has won his first 3 fights.
Right there, the overhand right, the counter overhand right, and again.
And for a rare moment, both fighters up against the ropes. Through 6 rounds, this fight has been fought in the middle of the ring.
Corrado obviously looking for that right hand. That's his big punch. Looking to land it one more time on the chin of Kevin Fieldhouse, who's now being a little bit cautious.
Well, Fieldhouse feels that he has this fight coming into this final 6th round. You see him keeping the distance. Corrado, who has scored 3 knockouts in his 6 victories, has that overhand right. Can put the opponent away. Halfway through the 6th round.
These guys are both in excellent condition. I'm sure if this was an 8-rounder or a 10-rounder, no matter what, they'd be going at it like this all night long.
As they advance to the 6th round. So Fieldhouse very wisely getting in, getting out. Feels that he has done enough damage, although now blood coming from the nose of Fieldhouse, as in his last fight when he was bleeding and had to survive that 4th round before pulling out the victory. Here it is with a minute to go in this 6th round, and Fieldhouse, who appears to have won this fight on the cards, at least the card of Randy Gordon, now bleeding from the nose.
He's taken enough right hands to that nose. He should be bleeding.
And also it appears that there's some swelling in the left eye of Fieldhouse. But time may be running out on Tony Corrado.
This has been Corrado's best round, defensively and offensively.
Now remember, Floyd says if he wins this round, he thinks he'll win the fight. Remember, the fighter can be saved by the bell in the last round only here in New Jersey. And we're down to 20 seconds.
Corrado has to press forward. Unless he really believes he's got this sewn up easy, he needs a knockout.
And he's not going to get it. Closing seconds of the 6th round, and that is it. This fight is over. Kevin Fieldhouse, 3-0, looking to make it 4-0 against Tony Corrado, who comes in at 6-5. Well, he may have won that last round. If he did, his trainer Floyd Patterson says he should win the fight. Randy Gordon says Kevin Fieldhouse soundly had the edge going in to that 6th round. It did not matter as long as he ended up standing. Kevin Fieldhouse pulls it out, a split decision. One that both Floyd Patterson and Randy Gordon are wondering about right now. So Fieldhouse goes to a perfect 4-0, and Tony Corrado slips to 6-6.